Okotoks because there's good neighbors.
You get the small town feel when we're starting to become a bigger place. Yeah, I'd like to see Okotoks keep growing. Like eventually get into something. Like I don't want us to be huge, but 50,000 people or so. Like it's still room for expansion.
One of the reasons we moved to Okotoks in the first place was its appeal to families. The fact that it offers so much for families in terms of recreation, in terms of parks, in terms of schools and amenities. I love that we don't have to go into Calgary for anything, that everything we need is found right here in Okotoks. That's a huge draw and a huge plus.
I came to Okotoks from Maritimes to be with my grandchildren who live here, and I really like the activities that are here for children and family-oriented atmosphere, and I liked a lot of green spaces and the sports.
What I love about Okotoks is that people here get to know one another. People here call this home, not just a community. At least that's what I've been known to, to expect from people that come here. And you know what's really neat? I know that I've heard some older people maybe say that, oh, this town is it's getting too big, it's getting too big. But you know what? I don't find that. I find the people that are coming here to this town, to Okotoks, are coming here for a reason. They really like it. I have not had anyone come here and say they don't like it here. Everyone, not only do they say they like it, they say they love it. And people that feel that way about a community that they live in, they're going to give back. They're going to be part of that community. I find the people that come here, a lot of them with little young kids, are so excited about being here that, I mean, you can just feel it from them. They don't even have to say it. They just show it. And that's the kind of community I like to be part of. That's the kind of community I've been a part of for 42 years. And I don't see that changing, because I see the people that are drawn here are like that. And I think that's wonderful. And so you know what? If we grow, so be it. I don't see growth, as well as it's managed well, as long as it's not overpowering, as long as it's not going to harm the flavor that we have here now. I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that as a good thing.
I like living in Okotoks because it's close to the city, but it's not too crazy with traffic, depending on the day. It's really family oriented. There's a lot of stuff for the kids to do safely and close to home. Yeah, it's good people here.
But I love the Sheep River Valley. I love that it's safe out here. I love the recreation opportunities. I have an amazing doctor. I love Okotoks for a lot of reasons, and hopefully if I start a family, I'm going to have my family here. It's been a great place to grow up with friends, and yeah, I hope to stick around. Regarding the future of Okotoks, definitely we're, I think, kind of in a pickle right now, depending on whether it's going to grow or not. I think definitely the biggest issue is water. And my feelings on water are definitely there are solutions to getting more water into Okotoks, and that's going to decide whether we're going to grow or not. But I really do feel strongly that conservation of individual citizens in Okotoks can make a huge role in our water shortages. So instead of looking at external solutions on how to bring more water into Okotoks, I really think we should be looking internally and looking at the personal consumption habits of people and their water usage, because that can make a really big difference and in terms of the water shortages. And as far as continued growth, that's something I'm still kind of thinking about and trying to make my mind about, but I do think that water solutions should come within this basin. We shouldn't be looking outside of the Sheep River Basin for water solutions. So that is all.
What I like the most about Okotoks as a 15-year resident is my wife and I are very pleased with how aesthetically pleasing they're trying to make the town. Old Town Okotoks just over there is a good example with the clock. The extensive pathway systems, they're trying to make this town very compatible for families, and that's a good way to sustain the growth of this town. But there is something, though, that I am concerned about, and it is the possibility of being annexed eventually by Calgary. That is something that we are worried about because we actually moved from small town Pincher Creek. After going to school in Calgary, we made a very conscious decision to move here because it wasn't Calgary. So we're worried about the sprawl that way. However, we've had a natural slowdown in the progression of building because of an economic downturn, which has really slowed things down. But when things progress again, we're worried that the expansion may go in the wrong direction. Other than that, this is a wonderful place to be. It is an amazing place to raise a family, and we're lifers here.
We moved here probably about 10 years ago, and I love how family-oriented this town is with all their walking ways, their pathways, and it's just an awesome town to be in. I too would love to see Okotoks grow and get bigger. I think that staying small would kind of hinder us a little bit, but definitely growing the right way. And the schools here are amazing, and I just would like it to still have that small town feel even if we do go bigger, because the community here is awesome. Everybody just gets along. It's like a big family here, and I just love it.
So when I was looking for a place to live, I wanted a town that was small, where I felt I had some roots and that it would be easier to meet people.
Well, I moved from the city, so I love the small town feel, and I love that it feels like a sense of community. I think it's getting too big, and it's getting away from that small town Okotoks feel, so I would like to see that controlled.
My favorite things about Okotoks are the family life. We play soccer, there's lots of parks and things like that to go to, as well as just the family feel and the good schools.